if you're a recruit watching LSU football this year, you got to love what you're seeing and think to yourself, man, why don't I go there? Because as I just alluded to in the prior segment about the SEC West, this offense is completely transformed from last year. And we've talked about it probably twice a week at this point, why they're so good, what's led to this success, and what it means moving forward. Every position on this offense is elite this year. The offensive line, a Joe Moore award-winning contender. And that goes to the best offensive line in the country. That's how well they're playing. They're protecting Jaden Daniels. They're opening up holes for the run game. They're staying healthy, all of that. Mason Taylor and the tight end group doing what they can. It's more so been about the wide receivers this year, but Taylor is still picking his spots, catching critical passes, scoring touchdowns, executing blocks. He's playing well. And then the wide receivers, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. Need I say more? It might be the best wide receiver duo in the entire country with the way they're putting up numbers each and every week, with the way they complement each other's skill sets each and every week. Neighbors is the Lightning, and Thomas is the Thunder. That's how it is this year. So if you're a 5-star, a 4-star wide receiver, how can you not look at this offense and want to play? Where you're getting at least 10 targets a game, no matter if you're wide receiver 1, 2, or even 3. Kyron Lacey has been stepping up lately. He did so in this Missouri game. How can you not want to be a part of this offense? The offense is so open. They run it. They pass it. They don't lean on one or the other necessarily, and both produce huge, big numbers each and every game because of that balance, because of that efficiency. And then, I didn't even talk about the quarterback play. Jaden Daniels completely unlocked every locked door in this offense. There is nothing that Jaden Daniels cannot do with this offense. Downfield passing, short passing, quarterback runs, making plays for himself, maybe some off-schedule type plays, handing the ball off to a really solid and reliable running back, getting protection from the offensive line and the running back. Everything you could want as a quarterback, you're getting with this offense. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Jaden Daniels would be the Heisman front runner right now if LSU was 5-1. It's because of that 2 losses they have. There's some kind of stigma with people in the media, with people around the country, with college football fans. Once you get 2 losses on your resume and you're playing for that team, doesn't matter how good you are. People just think you're irrelevant. I don't really understand it. But then, 1 week after I say that, I'm seeing quarterback rankings in the SEC, quarterback rankings in the country. Oh, Jaden Daniels is number 1. No, he's always been number 1. Caleb Williams and what they're doing is really not that impressive. Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the country, hands down. He's been the best quarterback in the country all season because of what he's done, the work he's put in the offseason to take this offense to new heights and to flash what this unit and what this system can be under a quarterback that puts in the work and mixes that with the talents that they have, and that's what he's done. So if you're Bryce Underwood, a 5-star quarterback recruit from Michigan, plays at Belleville, it's a powerhouse. I grew up not too far from the high school. Why would you not want to come here? He plays pretty much the exact same way that Jaden Daniels does. He's got a great arm. He can use his legs. He's a perfect quarterback for this system. He's actually visiting this weekend against Auburn, and he's made a lot of visits. Michigan's hard after him. Every school in the country wants Bryce Underwood. But what Jaden Daniels is doing for himself and for the program is showing that a quarterback like that can succeed in this system and put up big numbers. So you don't need to go anywhere else. Other guys, how about 5-star running back Harlem Berry, who's from Metairie? Why would you not want to come play at LSU? You see what Logan Diggs is doing? LSU has picked one running back because he's proven to be dependent. He can run block, he can catch a pass, and he'll give you 10, 15 yards because he runs angry. Barry can do that. Caden Durham can do that. He's a current LSU commit in the 2024 class. He's a 4-star. Big build, 5'9", 195. He can play the exact same way Logan Diggs does. Why would you not want to just come and replicate that? Diggs is going to be a 1,000-yard running back this year, and if he comes back next year, he'll work himself perhaps into the top 3 rounds of the NFL draft. That's the blueprint. Why would you not want to follow that if you're him? And then you got DeCorian Moore as well. I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. 5-star from Texas who committed to LSU a couple months ago. One of the top receiver recruits in the country for next year's class. A lot of people are like, oh, he just committed, he's going to decommit. Why would you decommit? You see what Brian Thomas is doing? You see what Malik Neighbors is doing? You see what they're doing with Jaden Daniels at quarterback? You can have the same thing happen with Bryce Underwood. So why not come here? You could still put up the numbers, the production, everything you need to do to be a first-round pick. And this offense, again, is top 5 in the country, if not top 3 right now. So why would you want to go to Texas when LSU is producing better than they are? So here's the point. I mean, we talk about how good this offense is for this year, and that's great, and they're going to take this team to, I think, some pretty high heights this year, maybe some that you don't think they're capable of. But when you zoom out and see the bird's eye perspective, this is big not only for this year, but in the coming years. Because as long as you're keeping the same system in place, you got legitimate film, legitimate results. You can show these recruits, hey, we're a top 3 offense, and you can help us be a top 3 offense again. And that is something to have in your back pocket that is massive on the recruiting trail, and it might help you get Bryce Underwood, the 5-star quarterback. Keep the 5-star receiver from Texas, and maybe bring in Harlan Berry, the 5-star running back, a couple classes from now. This 2025 class, if they see what LSU's doing this year, and they want to be a part of it, whoo, it could be real special. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just letting you know what the offense is doing this year is not only good for potential trophies and accomplishments this year, but it could lead to some real big success and more hardware in the coming years. Keep that in mind.